Hello everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I have a wonderful fall project in this very fluffy style. So you can see here what it looks like. This is going to be a really interesting pattern to do. So if you've never done this before, it's going to be super easy and super fun to work with. So this is going to be a new pattern and it's going to be a loop scarf in the end. You'll see what it looks like. So I have here my 7mm crocheting hook and that's what I used for today's project. Let's get started. Okay, here is the multicolor from Rico design and you can see the awesome colors here. So a little bit of blue, but mostly this pinkish purplish shade. If you want this exact same color, it's number 6. And let's see, it's 50 grams, 90 meters per ball of yarn. And we have 53% polyester, 24% wool, and 23% acrylic. And I have here my 7mm crocheting hook that I'll be using, and let's get started. We're pulling the middle out. And you can see a little bit of a difference in color here from the inside. Okay, I'll start with 16 chains. "12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. There we go. So this is going to be the width of my single loop scarf. Now we're going to do 3 more chains for the height, and that's going to be the height of our row. You can see here how high that's going to be, or how tall. And yeah, let's do a yarn over, go in here and do a treble. And what we're going to do is do the same thing again into the next chain. So we go through 2 and through 2 more loops on the hook, and that's how we end up with just 1, and that's a half, or that's a full treble. And each chain on the bottom is going to get its own treble. So you can see here the row after I've done the whole thing, and now we can continue with the next one. So we're going to do 2 chains for the height, and we're not going to go into the chain or into the stitch on the top as we always would. Instead, we have a little bit of a different project today, so we're going behind the treble like this. So it's a little bit deeper that way and gives it a lovely texture. So since we went in the back of the treble, the next one is going to go, so the hook is going to go in the front. I'll show you in a moment what I mean by that. Okay, so we go basically from the back so that our hook is in front of the stitch, and then we do another treble. Don't forget the yarn over here. And that way we have 1 in the front and 1 in the back, and we're going to keep changing like that. So the hook is going to go behind the treble and then in front of the next one. That way we're going to get a wonderful effect in the end. You'll see what I mean as soon as I have this row done. And in my opinion, this is a super fun way to work with trebles. So you can see it from the front and the back, but I still have a bit left to go. And I'm almost done. Here comes the last one. There we go. So this is what it looks like, and you can see how much depth this has, or how much volume. So this very last one we're gonna do with a regular treble. That's just so we have an even edge on both sides. And yeah, here are our 2 rows, and then we can do the third one. So 2 chains for the height we can turn, and then we're always going to do the opposite from what we see on the bottom. So if we have a treble here that's in the back, you can see here this one, the next one is going to be in the front. So we're always switching from what we saw in the last row, and that way we have a really nice effect in the end and it doesn't look wonky. So yeah, start with that first one, and from there on you already know what to do. You just keep switching with the front and the back, and you do the entire row like that. So I did them here in the middle of the front, and now we're going in the back. That's the whole deal. In the beginning, you might need a little bit more time to do this, but after a while, it'll get really quick and fast at it. So here is a little update, and you can see what it looks like for now. I think it looks wonderful, and it really works well with the color gradient. It gives it a nice sense of direction, or not sense, but a visual effect of direction, or these stripy sections, and I really like how it looks. So I will do a little bit more since I do have a lot more yarn to go, and then I'll show you an update when I'm done. Okay, here we are. So I don't have a lot more yarn to work with. I don't have enough for this last row, so I'm gonna pull all of those stitches out so that we have enough to connect our scarf into a loop scarf. So that's the plan for today. Okay, I think here is the chain that we need. There we go. And what we're going to do now is connect the beginning and the end. So I'm aligning everything, going through the one and the other end, and then we're gonna do slip stitches here. So you just pull the thread through with your hook, no yarns over, no nothing, and it's super fast and a really cool way to connect 2 stitches together. And when you do that, I'll show you what it looks like. So here you can see the first 3 stitches or so that we did. And here on the side, I have just a little bit of yarn left over. We can pull that out, and then we can tighten a little bit. And yeah, the loop scarf this time is pretty small, so it might be a kid's size, or if you like it a little bit more tight around the neck, then this is a really cool project. I think this would also be a really cool headband, so we could try something like that as well. But I wanted to show you the pattern as well that I did today. So this is the basket pattern. I think I've seen it called that way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to shoot a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next project. Have a great day. Bye!